I think I'm getting sick.
You might be.
Everybody's getting sick, dude.
Yeah.
Talon had COVID.
I want to
believe that shit.
Yeah, Cassidy said that this morning at the bus stop.
Yeah, he's the only. I've tested for COVID maybe one time, like actually tested one time, tested negative. He's the only one to test positive out of the whole family. Fucking pussy.
Fucking weak ass generation.
I'll take the COVID over a stomach bug any day.
Oh fuck
for
yeah.
sure.
I don't know. You start feeling congested, and especially with like your cough.
Well, dude, mine's going on like Disney. I started getting a sore throat, and I just thought it's because our room was cold as fuck at night, and the fan was going. But I think I was just getting sick then. I got back Thursday, started work, and I'm like, I thought I was just like a post-vacation hangover. But then Friday, I started feeling like shit. Throat was still sore. Saturday, felt worse. Henley got sick.
Yeah, that sucks.
Now Tatum's sick.
Terrible timing.
So, y'all about to get the vid. You're welcome.
I was sick. I was sick. I was sick when we got back.
Yeah, I was sick when we got back too, but it wasn't like knocked me on my ass sickness. I was just tired, stuffy.
Yeah.
That's
how it is. I mean, I feel like that should either hit you or it's nothing.
Yeah, I feel like I've just if it's not too bad, you just kind of it doesn't even really affect you. You just deal with it and carry on with your day.
You can't afford to be sick anymore.
Right?
Like,
no.
what are you gonna do?
Right? Yeah.
I got work to do. I got kids. Like,
I can't take sick days.
You just run yourself in the ground.
I can take anything. I just hate coughing, especially when you feel like you can't cough it up.
Yeah.
Like it's just a dry cough.
That dry tickle, that's the worst.
Terrible.
Because then you got a headache and your neck's all stiff because you're just clenching up the whole time.
Like,
yeah.
Like just trying to get it out the back of your goddamn throat.
Can't. And the more you do it, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
It's weird because I'm like the office I'm in now is a more formal office environment. Before if you had a cold, if you didn't come in, they would give you all kinds of shit at the other company. And these people, like, you sneeze and they're like, oh, who's sneezing?
You got the
like,
vid.
Well, that's how it should be. Because, like, you see some people come in the office and they're hacking up a lung. You're like, dude,
go the fuck
you're about
home.
to take out the whole office.
Yeah,
like, go home. Like,
typically,
which they would be like, dude,
yeah,
don't bring that shit in here.
Typically, when guys at my work, when they call out, you're not sick.
100%.
But it's like we always come to work when we're sick and they're like hacking up a lung in the day room. It's like, what are you doing here, dude? Just fucking go home. You're gonna get us sick. You know? And it's like, I didn't want to fucking use sick leave.
When I first,
but when you got a birthday on that weekend, you're like,
bachelor party. I'm sick.
Fucking calling out from Vegas. Hey, I'm take it tomorrow.
I'm checking your location here. And,
the candy flu. I don't know. My pockets are a lot lighter. I got glitter all over me. I don't know. I feel terrible.
I'm sick after but it's self-inflicted.
Yep.
That's funny.
Always how it is.
Well, welcome back. 2-week break. A lot happened. This is episode 14, I think.
Close enough.
I don't know where we left
14,
off. Yeah.
something like that. I'm sure there's a lot of listeners out there who missed our sweet, angelic voices.
Hell yeah.
People
are asking like
432.
Yeah, they were like, when are you going to record your next episode? I'm like, the guys are at Disney. Like we're not going to do it for like 2 weeks.
On vacation.
Yeah, but we're back in the saddle, gearing up for bowl season.
We got a guest appearance today. We got Dennis Shelby over here.
This motherfucker. He got the pinstripe.
I didn't change into sweatpants when I got home from work.
With the duck boots.
These are comfy. This is a new style. I'm telling you.
Where are your fucking Gucci loafers at?
No, the duck boots are the swag. Put the loafers on the bench for the duck boots.
You do not wear the duck boots to work.
Hell no. Are you kidding me?
He wore them in the car to work though.
And then swapped them out.
No.
That's funny.
But yeah, it's raining out, dude. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I didn't know it was raining. I walked outside. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
I didn't know it rained in Maryland anymore.
It rained when y'all were gone.
Did it?
Yes,
wow.
finally, dude. It dumped down raining.
Shocking.
I was so happy because it's been so dry here.
It's been horrible.
And trying to grow grass after we just overseeded everything, it's like I got to keep putting the sprinklers out and everything.
It rained the first day we were in Disney.
That's a beautiful thing.
It poured that day. Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah, y'all's video or whatever. Was it River that was playing in it?
The first,
Oh, yeah.
first day. Yeah.
Was he soaked the rest of the day? Because that was
No, I
the
mean
morning,
it
right?
dried up pretty. Dude, after
No,
it rains,
that
it
was
gets
It's
smoking hot out.
hot,
so.
humid.
Dude, it was hot down there.
Yeah, it
like,
was hot.
In my opinion, a little bit too hot.
Animal Kingdom.
It was right on the edge
Yeah.
there. I wish it would have been a little bit like cooler in the morning.
And at night, yeah.
Yeah. It never really
For the
cooled
time
down.
of year, yes.
Yeah, for the time of year.
Yeah. Because when
But-
you're looking at Christmas decorations and you're from Maryland, like we're
sweating.
used to colder weather, and you're sweating and you're in shorts and a t-shirt, like
Yeah.
it's just not the same vibe.
It is a little different, but I mean,
Animal Kingdom Day was rough because there was like no breeze.
Oh,
I guess because
that
there's
was-
all
yeah.
trees.
Well, it's a goddamn jungle.
And you're in the jungle, yeah.
It's
So
jungle.
Tyler kept saying, "Well, the first park we went to, man, they had water jugs everywhere, like free water jugs." He's like, "Man, none of these other parks, I can't find any water anywhere."
That'll be $6.50.
Yeah, Fiji water. I'll tell you what. Me and Dennis were looking forward to the dockside margaritas. We always are at Disney Springs, and let me tell you what, they lived up to the hype
Oh, yeah.
because that first sip
I'll tell you what.
they did not
glorious.
disappoint.
when it hits
They
the
did not
lip.
disappoint.
Tyler said, he's like, "I think this is the best margarita I've ever
I
had."
swear to God, it is by far the best margarita. I've never had anything
It's
close.
$19. It is $19.
For what, like 8-ounce drink, or is it like
It's
a,
like the
it's a
clear.
16
It's
ounce?
not quite
No,
a
it's-
solo.
No, it's a 16-ounce.
16-ounce solo cup, I think. But I mean, it's fucking phenomenal. I think we got 2 right off the bat to start.
Yeah, I think I probably had 4.
I think we had
today.
4. Yeah.
So you just take the straw and just put it to the side. You just want it to hit your lips and be like,
Oh, you got to get the salt. You gotta get a little salt.
Yep.
Yeah.
And because they have
Licking the rim and staring at each other.
every
I like girls.
it's good, ain't it?
every straw you get there is a paper straw too. So
Oh, I fucking hate the paper straws.
Yeah, that's lame. Save the turtles.
Florida,
That's
Florida.
crazy.
you're in Florida, you got to save the turtles. Yeah.
You got 50,000 people a day flying to get there, and they're worried about paper straws.
Well,
Give me a break.
budget cuts.
Budget cuts my ass. These things are gross.
They get all soggy.
Yeah, within 5 seconds.
Yeah, you know.
And then they don't do it. You might as well just get rid of them because they're collapsed.
Yeah, they're terrible idea.
Yep.
We can do better.
Are your pockets felted after the trip?
Oh, 100%.
They're felted before the trip.
Before, during, after, felted.
But the good news is, it's not like we have Christmas coming up or anything like that, so we should be able to recover.
Yeah, you get a little bit of a break. Yeah.
Or Tony and
sure.
Ashley's anniversary trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, but hold on. Did we hit a Brolay this past weekend? Or did we come up one leg short?
One leg
Oh, we did come up a leg short. Who was it?
Out the gate.
It was me.
It was George Pickens.
Suck.
It was a touchdown too, right?
Hand up. George Pickens
touchdown.
left me hanging.
Look, in your
Mr.
defense,
Left me hanging.
in your defense, Pickens had 2 jump ball opportunities in the end zone.
He had a good game.
He just didn't come down with.
Yeah.
And then and
was
the
a
other
dogfight.
the other pick that lost, I mean, coming up 7 or 8, well, I think it was 7 or 8 points short on the total after a 3-point first quarter. I was honestly surprised it got even that close. So
I
you
should
know,
have known.
two bad beats in my opinion for the 2 picks that lost.
I
But
should have known though that Pittsburgh and Baltimore is always a tight game.
Yeah.
Always a
and
tight game.
low
So-
scoring, not many opportunities.
Yeah. So I mean, if it wasn't him that was scoring a touchdown, it's probably not going to be anybody that's a big name either. So I should have known that going in. But like I told y'all, I liked St. Brown. But once you sent your pick, I was kind of like staying away from the Lions, and then Jacob sent the yards. And I was like, well, I don't want fucking 3 picks from the Lions and then Kansas. You know,
would've
I was
hit
like,
though.
my
It
went-
next
it
one, I
would-
was
it would've
like,
hit
I know.
Would have been a lot.
You could have picked anything from the Lions.
And that's what fucking pissed me off because he had the touchdown in the first half. So I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
could have been good, but it is what it is. It sucks. I'll take the punishment.
I want to say Jameson Williams.
Everyone but Sam Laporta, the starting tight end.
Yeah.
The backup tight end scored a touchdown, but
Yeah.
not the starting tight end, which, yeah, you could have bet every single fucking position player
I know. I
and
know.
cashed. And we should have known. We've been talking about the Jaguars' defense is vanilla poo all year. They're terrible.
Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese, holes
Did
everywhere.
you take the Jags in that game?
He
No.
did.
Yeah,
Look
he
at
did.
him. Look at him. He did.
Show us the app. Let us see.
I did have Jags plus 13.5 in a parlay. But there was other legs that lost, so he was not going to win regardless. But yes, I did have
Well, as
Jags.
soon as you put the Jags in it, it wasn't going to win.
No, it
regardless. What are you
wasn't.
doing?
I'll never learn. Hey, it's good content.
Great guy.
Just keep piling on.
Yeah.
Hey, as soon as the Jags cover or Florida State covers, I'm going to be like, I told you.
The Lions' first half play was locked in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was after the Jags went down and kicked a field goal on the first possession.
First possession, I was like, damn, now they really got to do some work because I was going to do a separate parlay with, I think it was the Lions plus 4.5 in the first quarter and then do them plus 7.5 at halftime. And I didn't. And then I saw the Jaguars go down there and score. I was like, well, glad I didn't. But then they scored fucking 2 back-to-back touchdowns.
yeah.
So I was like,
Quick.
I could have had the first quarter and the first half.
Yeah. Dude, the Lions look tough.
Yeah, they scored a touchdown on every single drive that they had the ball with the starters in.
Dude,
obviously.
Yeah.
The Steelers look tough. That defense,
the defense
is
is crucial,
stout,
bro.
bro.
Yeah.
But if Justin Tucker could have made a fucking field goal, they would have won the game.
Yeah, but that changes the game though too. If he makes that,
Well, yeah.
it changes the
Momentum.
total outlook
he
because
is-
they wouldn't get the ball where they got it.
He's a
You know,
different
if you
player.
Make that
He's
now they're
struggling.
pissed off.
Terrible this year.
He's struggling, man.
It's funny because on fantasy, I got the Steelers defense, and their projection before the Baltimore game was 3 points, right? So everybody, you would think, oh, let me find a defense on the bench, but I'm like, no. I'm like, Steelers are good. I mean, they didn't put up, they put up 9, but that's
But they're not going
Better
to put
than
up like a
three.
negative
Better-
1 or
No,
a 2.
no,
Like they're going to
no.
put up at least 6.
right, and that was
Their defense is serious, bro. Serious.
Yeah, they're good. They're the exact opposite of the Cowboys defense.
Which is Swiss cheese.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
Cowboys
I
and
don't even
Jags
think it's Swiss
defense
cheese. It's
are
just-
are in a toe-to-toe race for the worst,
Well, the Cowboys last year gave up a lot of big plays, but they had a ton of turnovers from that one dude,
Which
so
helped offset it.
It offset it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're just not getting the turnovers this year.
Nope.
And he's not in with Bland or whatever. He's not in.
Oh, he's
Parsons
not even playing.
Parsons isn't getting to the
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah.
It's just the whole team is.
They just suck.
there's no.
They're just bad.
I saw a video before I came out here that somebody got a video of Parsons and CeeDee Lamb at the club last night after the game or Monday night after the
Yeah,
game.
they went out right after the game.
Just partying. Like,
How
y'all
can you
just-
not?
Y'all
I
just
mean-
got fucking wiped off the map, and here you are. I mean, kudos to them. That's probably how
they're drinking their sorrows.
Yeah.
Still rich though. I mean, they're
Yeah.
still winning.
Still rich.
You can tell by Micah Parsons' face every time he came out the field. He was just totally over it. And same thing, there was a couple drives where Cooper Rush just made terrible decisions throwing the ball, and CeeDee Lamb just walked off the field. Just like, what the fuck?
I seen after the game on his podcast, he said something. Don't quote me exactly on this, but he said something to the effect of, "This Cowboys team has got so much talent."
Mhm.
Who said that?
Parsons.
Parsons, yeah.
Now I'm trying to figure out if he's just trying to be a good teammate, trying to build the team up, or if he actually believes that. Because if he actually believes that, I question how intelligent he is. Because
He's a free agent.
Well,
After
I
this
think,
year?
I think he has one more year.
Does he
or
have one
is
more?
it this is 5th year option
I thought this was it.
on his rookie contract?
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Either way, I mean, he's just trying to get paid. So he's going to say all the right things. He's going to do all the right stuff.
I mean, the Cowboys have to pay him, right?
For what?
No. At this point, why
They're
not
really
just,
going to let him go?
I mean, why not
What
just
can y'all
start
possibly?
over?
How do you possibly get better? You got no cap space. I mean, you don't have a ton of draft capital, not more than anybody else does. I just don't know how you fix it without a full rebuild.
Yeah, I don't know the formula.
Trade CD.
Do they have salary cap money?
No, they just
No?
paid Dak and CD.
Because I thought that's why Jerry Jones said he was going all in, and he ain't do nothing. What is it because he didn't have anything?
I'll look it up right now just so we're having an
Because
educated
they didn't
discussion.
make
But I don't
any-
think they have.
Any new?
No.
They didn't make any moves at all.
They don't have enough
besides
to-
signing CD.
And Dak.
Well,
Dak got paid.
Yeah.
They got Micah Parsons, who's probably, this year's been down, but let's just say top 5 defensive player in the league. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah. I think he's a great player.
They got CeeDee Lamb, who's probably top 5 wide receiver in the league. Not this, take out this year, but
Yeah.
that he's also got quarterback issues.
Well, he can. The thing with CD is he can get open. He can find the ball.
Yeah.
He's
And
like
then-
he's like a Debo Samuel. Like he'll run his route, and if it's not working, he'll just go get open.
Yep.
And
So-
that's what's good about him.
And I'd say so. You got Parsons top 5, CD top 5. You got arguably the best kicker in the league in
Yes.
Aubrey.
Yeah,
How the fuck doesn't this team win?
they can't move the ball, man, and their defense is just killing. Their secondary is just nowhere to be found.
Cowboys have always had secondary issues.
What-
Always.
What linebackers do y'all have? I don't even know like a big name.
I think
linebacker.
we had the only one I knew was Van Der Esch, and then I think he's
gone, right?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
So they have the 23rd least amount of cap space.
Oh, sure. They can't do
so
nothing.
they're bottom.
So
tier.
they need to trade and get some draft capital is what they need to do,
Yeah, and bring in a bunch of rookies.
and potentially try to release some of that hit on their salary cap.
Their average age is pretty young though. So I mean,
I would adopt the Commanders formula and go after all Alabama players.
that didn't work.
Nah,
So
it
they
didn't work.
they had they had 1 sack last week, and Michael Parsons only had 1 touchdown, or I'm sorry, 1 tackle.
Yeah, he no good.
When you're not even making tackles, even a half tackle, that's kind of saying something too, because you're rushing. He's an edge rusher. You're rushing up to get the quarterback, and he's just not making any sort of play after that. So even if it runs to his side, they're kind of running right by him,
Yeah,
and he's not doing it. That's kind of what that stat's saying. You don't got fucking 1 tackle. Jesus. I don't know.
I don't want to talk about the Cowboys. They're depressing.
They are bad. When I saw that first play out the gate, touchdown.
Yeah.
Luckily, there was a flag on the play, but literally they just ate them up.
They did. They did whatever
On
they
that
wanted.
first drive, and I was like, "Where the fuck is the defense at?" Like they weren't even playing at all.
Why didn't you pick Mixon to have a touchdown in the Brolay? He's been scoring every week.
Why didn't I
You
pick
could have had him
anybody
at 2
else?
touchdowns.
No, he scored 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why
He's
didn't I
a
pick
stud.
anybody else?
He's unstoppable.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Texans are very capable of winning the Super Bowl too.
I don't know, man. Stroud doesn't really look that good.
They don't
all the time.
need to
They-
though. That run
He's
game
got a-
is
he's got a
Offensive-
lot of-
and their offensive line isn't the very best.
run game and defense prevails in the playoffs though.
We'll see.
True, but their
Oh.
offensive line has been struggling. Just look back a couple games where they have struggled and lost the game.
Look at that record though.
What they played the Rams, where they were leading the Rams, or whoever it was, at halftime, and they couldn't do anything in the second half and got fucking beat. I believe it was the Rams.
8-2 though.
Yeah, I mean the record is great.
I think they're capable of beating any team in the league.
Yeah, I think
but
so.
when you get in the playoffs, it's a little bit of a different beast. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think if they make it past the division round or the wild card round, it's a good year.
I'll tell you what I like to see. I like seeing Mahomes get his ass beat. Genuinely. Not
That-
it wasn't a thorough ass whooping, but
That was
the
unusual.
Bills controlled that game.
I don't
the
like
entire
Josh
time.
Allen's sick and tired of losing him.
I don't like their
Yeah.
record. I don't like their record at all. Their
They're-
record does not reflect that team one fucking bit.
I
One
wholeheartedly
fucking bit.
I bet you they
Dude.
like their record.
I
Well,
almost
they do because they're guaranteed a fucking playoff spot right now, but they are not going to go anywhere.
I almost felt like they were purposely not like keeping the games tight just to come playoff time they'll ball out. Like it just was too weird.
No,
Like I don't know, dude.
they're
I do not like them.
They're
at-
lacking,
Yeah, I
some
don't
talent.
think that they can do anything.
but they got Pacheco coming back this week.
Is he?
Yeah,
Then
So
you
it'll
take
be
him
a-
off the IR.
that'll be a 1-2 hit for if they split carries with Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, it's been hurt my fantasy team with Pacheco being out.
Yeah, Buffalo was going off though. That was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, it was. I know Keith grabbed the Chiefs when they were losing at +7.5. So that last touchdown really hurt them. Dude, how about
Didn't
our
work for him this time.
how about our fucking collective picks though? 10-2.
That was a
on
good
the
week.
weekend.
Yeah, that was a good week.
The week before that,
Yeah.
right?
And so I've been.
Yeah, it was
so,
only our Brolay that missed on all 4 fucking
Yeah.
legs.
so the first
That's right.
the first week
How
we
do you
did.
do that?
We had everything else fucking squared away.
Not the
Fucking
shit that we got.
Brolay,
Not the
0
shit
and
we
4.
actually got money.
Yeah,
in the game
0
for.
and 4.
The first week we did it, I think we went 6-6, right? And then the second week we did it, we went 8-4, and this third week was 10-2.
Printing money.
That's
Have we
fucking
only done
good.
it 3 weeks, or was it 4?
Am I missing a week? Maybe I'm missing a week.
So hold on. I think we.
But I know
4.
I feel like we've progressively gotten better each week, like our win percentage.
Yeah, I parlayed
Due for a
our
regress.
NFL picks.
Hopefully
Due for a
not.
comeback.
No, we're due for 12
Yeah,
12
yeah.
12 for
and
12.
12 and 0.
12 for 12, baby. That was good. That was real good.
Yeah, the college picks. I feel like we've been pretty spot on with.
Yeah. The Kansas, the fade BYU Kansas play was money. Although, did you see any of those highlights? BYU fucking
They got demolished.
a couple bad breaks.
Oh, really?
They had a punt that would have been down inside the opponent's 10, but instead it hit off the face mask of their player blocking or something like that. So they turned it over right there. And then they had
Kansas won by 3. They didn't win by a whole lot, right?
yeah, they won by 3. And then BYU had the ball at the end of the game. I think they got down to like the 15 and went 4 and out and lost the game right there. So they had opportunities to win that game.
I've watched BYU play. They're legit. They're not a bad
Yeah.
football team. They're
Yeah.
not. They're not frauds. Yeah, they're solid.
So we did it week 9, 10, and 11, but I had the sheet made up for 8. Just going back off of what we did it.
Oh, okay.
I just don't have the check marks or anything what we did. I think I started doing that in week 10.
Yeah, we need to try to go 12 and 12. We need to at least hit the Brolay, dude. We need some money.
Oh, here it is. Yeah.
I still don't bet any of my picks that I put on those things.
I don't think I have either. I did bet the NFL.
Did
I
you?
parlayed
See,
the
I
NFL bets.
See, I didn't because
I think that was the only
I
bet I
already had money. Forget which one it was, which I hit because I had the points.
Don't take this personally, but I might fade all Jacob's picks this weekend because he did go 3-0 last week.
He's about to catch
Bring it
it. I'm telling you, there's
Go
gonna
ahead.
be
Fade him.
competition for bottom feeder.
Listen.
Oh, hold on.
Parlay
If
picks.
he catches me, he's catching Michael too, and because you ain't too far.
You're only one up from Michael.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like
ain't too
double
far
what
off.
Jacob has.
You
Yeah.
ain't too far off.
Hold on. Before we go any further, we got to wish Jacob a happy birthday.
Hey, happy
Oh,
birthday,
hey.
Jacob!
Thank you.
Cheers to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
41.
45.
I was trying to give you a couple years.
I feel like I'm 50, especially after coming back from Disney. Dude. I've been struggling.
Wait, 36?
34.
No, you're not.
34.
Are you really?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Young buck.
He's a baby.
1990. It's a good year.
89 was better, but I'm not going to complain about 90. 90 is a good year.
It would be cool to be an 80s kid. Does that count? Like, does 89 count as being an 80s kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
You're fucking in the 80s, bro.
Yeah, but you're not like hanging out in the 80s. You know what I mean? You were.
I mean, I'm fucking 87.
How were the 80s, Tony?
Oh,
Was it
dude,
sick?
Let me tell you,
You were a wild time.
when I was 2. Oh man, let me tell you something. The
You
last
should-
year of my 80s was great.
Should have seen Tony's daycare. At 2 years old, rolling around.
The whole milk pasteurization process back then was legit.
Yeah, we didn't have to take vaccines back then. We didn't have to fuck do anything.
The goldfish were all naturally eat as many as
Natural
you want.
goldfish.
Yeah, my parents didn't even know what Red 40 was.
Your peanut butter and jellies weren't frozen. You actually had to make them.
My mom made them.
Cut the crust off.
My dad was at work. My mom made them.
You were just living, brother.
Dad was always working, never home.
You think that's why adults, like my parents never cut the crust off my peanut butter and jelly. You think that's why us adults like the Uncrustables so much is because we're like spoiled. We're getting what we finally want. Did y'all?
I
saw
always
your
I
peanut
always had my crust cut off.
butter?
peanut
You
butter
would.
always.
You would.
Nah.
90s kid, man. You know, 90s kid.
I never ate peanut butter and jelly.
Soft ass 90s babies.
I don't know what the fuck I used to eat back when I was a kid.
I don't
Atlas,
either.
that's all Atlas eats every day at school.
Peanut butter and jellies.
Peanut butter and jellies. Every
That's
day.
all my kids eat when I make shit at home.
Dude, every day. Crushes peanut butter and jellies.
Do you cut the crust off?
Mm-mm. He don't even like the Uncrustables. He just likes
Just old school.
just
PB.
that old-fashioned PB&J.
Hell yeah, brother.
Peanut butter's good for you. I
Yeah.
like PB.
My girls
I crush
like peanut butter jellies with both strawberry and grape.
it. Ooh, I've never had that.
See, he likes
Started it
he likes
because
grape.
I was like, "Do you want grape, strawberry, or you want to try both?" And they were
It's-
like, "Yeah, I'll try both."
It's
And
nice to
that's all they
hear.
want- that's all they want.
Like
Hey,
both
whatever
together.
works.
Both
yeah.
together.
It's nice to hear
Oh,
that you
man.
have
Yeah.
grape jelly in your house.
I do an X, so I do strawberry, and then grape down the other side, and I spread it, mix it all.
Oh, spoiled ass kids.
Fucking
Fire.
chef down here.
And then I gotta cut the crust off of it, and I get rid of fucking 3/4 of the sandwich.
Right. Well,
Hey, Riggs.
so Atlas won't eat the crust. That's he just eats. He won't eat. We won't cut the crust off, but he won't eat the crust.
Does
So,
he eat it all the way down?
He eats it all the way down to the crust. I don't know why he doesn't. Eat
The older I got, the more I like the crust.
So my kids,
mind the crust.
Maddie
Yeah.
lately, she's been eating toast with butter on it, right? And she eats the whole fucking thing. And I'm like, you do realize that when I make you a sandwich, it's the same thing.
That's
The
a good
crust is
point.
on it and everything.
Yeah,
No.
it's different.
Thinks I'm lying. I'm like, I literally just put this piece of toast in the toaster.
Yeah, watch the process.
Come over here. Help me make one real
I
quick.
put butter on it, like I do with peanut butter and jellies, spread it all across, and I gave it to you. And you ate the whole goddamn thing.
That's
No,
wild.
it's not the same, dude.
Hey,
There's nothing like a good old poor man sandwich.
Hey,
dude.
so y'all have grape jelly in your house?
Yeah.
Do y'all have grape jelly?
That's all Atlas eats.
All
I
right.
like strawberry.
I
All
like
right,
strawberry
because
jelly, but we buy
Couple,
grape
like
because
I
the
think it was
kids
maybe a couple years ago. Me and Amanda got in an intense debate about jelly, and I always grew up with grape jelly, nothing else. I didn't never even had strawberry, but I guess she grew up with strawberry, so that's what she buys because she does the shopping. So I'm like, "Where's the grape jelly?" She's like, "I've never bought grape jelly." She's like, "Because it's nasty." I'm like, "What?" So then we just had this big argument. So it's nice to hear that other people like
Oh,
grape
yeah,
jelly.
yeah. You gotta
I
have
prefer grape jelly.
I
gotta
like
have
both, but I grew up on strawberry.
Strawberry.
The strawberry
Did you?
preserves with the chunks
Yeah.
of strawberries.
I did
Yeah.
both.
Oh yeah.
I don't really think that strawberry was much of an option when we were young. Grape was
In the
like,
80s.
Grape was like the main one, and then strawberry it came along
Later.
shortly after. I wouldn't say later after that, but shortly after that. But I do remember eating mostly grape jelly with peanut butter jelly. But then yeah, once strawberry came around, I was like, oh yeah, strawberry solid.
I think
Strawberries.
we're gonna have to fact check that. I think strawberry jelly's been a lot.
They came around at the same time.
Than
Maybe my parents just didn't.
I mean,
buy it.
jellies have been around for like since.
Well, hasn't jam been around longer than jelly? What's the difference between jam and jelly?
I would argue there's not a difference.
I don't think there is. I feel like jam though is more runny than jelly. I like how jelly is like clumpier.
That's easy. Just stir it up.
No, I like how it's clumpier.
Oh, okay. You like that?
Yeah, jam
Like
is just too
thick.
too thin.
All right.
I
I'll-
wonder what the difference. There's,
I don't know what the difference is.
doesn't one have more sugar than the other?
I don't know.
I don't eat
There is
jelly.
there is a difference.
Probably jelly.
yeah.
That's all they
100%.
have.
No, fuck it. I ain't worried
You're,
about
you're gonna look up the jelly.
Here we
Does
go.
not
No,
actually have
no.
grapes in it. Artificially flavored.
it. I don't even want to go down that hole.
Brolay Podcast talk about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Right.
Here we are.
You're welcome, folks. Tune in next week.
Did y'all miss us?
Yeah. Dude, I will say about the Brolay, I felt real good about the Brolay this time. I thought we had it.
Once Kansas hit, I was like,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
once Kansas hit, I was like, oh, we're good.
Should
Yeah.
we take a brief intermission and maybe just do a little drawing?
Sure, let's go.
Let's do it.
punishment jar time. Tony,
Michael added a few things in there today.
this is your
I'm sure he did. He
this
probably
is-
fucking doubled up on a whole bunch of shit.
It's just all the same.
It's probably all the same
there's
one.
there's
fucking,
five.
You've
There's
heard-
5 beer miles in there.
You've heard of the beer mile, right? Well, there's a beer 5 mile.
I was thinking though, like we should have probably taken the ones we've already done out.
Why?
No way, dude. No way.
Why?
Make him an option. Make him an option again.
All right.
I already had a feeling that Mike
Unless,
fucking put in beer mile fucking 10 times.
no, I didn't.
No,
I did.
I'm just kidding.
Unless if you draw the watermelon one again, you got to redraw.
No, it's in there, dude.
No, you can't do the same back to back.
That was pretty easy.
That was real easy.
I mean,
that was a
And
fun,
especially since you can't get a full size watermelon this time of year, so
yeah,
you got
bought
off
the
easy.
smallest
that was
watermelon ever.
a funny night though. Tony wore the watermelon
You did wear it
around on
proudly.
Halloween night. This little baby
Let me
watermelon.
tell you, man, I was spent. It wore me out.
Did it really?
No.
Did you wake up like with a little bit of pain in your back?
Yeah, my calves were sore.
No, they weren't.
Not from just walking the whole neighborhood.
Yeah,
3
just
times.
walking the whole neighborhood.
That's from the
12
haunted
miles.
house. Tony
go.
is opening the jar.
Drum roll, please.
No, can't peek.
There's not that many in there.
There isn't. God, I want you to get the 2468 challenge.
Oh no, he just put a couple back. I saw him.
Can I look at it first?
This feels like the same one I just had.
Can't be.
Better fucking not be.
Oh man, there's a lot of words on this thing. Oh, there's a lot of words on this.
Hold on, I'm trying to think what it could be.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's got to be the 2468.
No, it's not. This is gonna be fucking kind of stupid. Drink out of a baby bottle all day for 24 hours.
Good thing I got plenty of baby bottles for you.
It looks like we gotta have a sleepover, boys. Hey, let's fire up the Xbox. Get a case of Mountain Dew. Let's go.
Can I pick
want-
another one?
You want a number 1 or a number 2 nipple?
I'll take a number 2 for sure. Give
That's
me
a good
give me a number
question.
fucking 5 if you have one.
You don't want to do that?
I mean, 24 hours. How the fuck am I going to do 24 hours?
You like coffee out of a baby bottle?
I'm not up 24 hours.
All right, I got it.
I'm at work.
I know what we can do. You can do it. But if we go out this weekend, which I think we are, I think we got a plan. You're drinking out of a baby bottle the whole time.
Where we're at?
Yep.
No, he can't do that.
Why not?
Where are we going?
Did you make the reservations for that thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
I booked us a golf simulator bay.
Y'all always do shit when I'm out of town. Fuck you guys.
I just researched it like
stopped
2
being out of
hours
town.
ago.
It's not me, dude.
There's a place in Annapolis. I think it's owned by Max Homa's, like
It's the X golf thing.
the X golf thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna
Screw you guys.
miss out on that one for sure.
We're just going to test it out just to make sure you'll like it.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll FaceTime you again.
We got 2 hours.
And then
This
on
is
the way
becoming
back,
strategic.
we're gonna stop by Boatyard. So you're drinking out of a baby bottle at Boatyard.
Boatyard, what's Boatyard?
It's the closing
Boathouse.
party.
Boathouse.
Boathouse. Sorry.
And Deal?
Yeah.
Oh, I should see if Bethany's working.
I'll make sure she's got a baby bottle in hand.
Oh, she'll for sure fucking make me drink out of a baby bottle. Yeah, I have to see it. You know what? I'll text her.
Do you want to do that, or do you want to pick a new ticket?
No, you got to do that.
I can do that, but like I said, it says 24 hours. Like there's no way that would be like multiple days of me being awake.
All right. Well, how about you pick another one, and then you can decide which one you want to do.
I'm good with that.
All right.
Well, no.
Doing it how y'all said it.
But what if he gets a watermelon again? He's like, oh, I'll just do that one.
Watermelon doesn't count because you just did it.
All right, yeah.
I think
Watermelon.
the baby bottle's legit.
I
That's
like
fine.
the baby bottle.
That's fine.
No, just do it.
All right, I'll do it.
It does obviously it'll just be for that night or whatever. And then if we get mimosas the next morning, you gotta drink it.
Mimosas
Oh, yeah.
out of a fucking bit. My stomach will be in my throat.
Pick.
Well,
make
now you
better
know how a
picks.
baby is.
Hey, blame George
Good, pick
Pickens.
George Pickens again.
Just like your stomach was in your throat running around the neighborhood.
I'm gonna take my punishment like a man.
I will. But this kind of like sucks because I mean it's just not 24 hours is.
Could you imagine taking a shot out of that?
Oh my gosh.
That's easy.
I know y'all are gonna order
So
one.
that day y'all do it. You just
So we'll see.
go ahead and pour yourself a coffee in a baby bottle.
If I were you, Tony, I would would work the system a little bit, because it does say drink out of the baby bottle. It doesn't say drink through the nipple. Just so you could just take the lid off.
You know what,
No.
Michael? You got a good fucking point.
That's
Michael.
like saying
Thank you, Michael.
That's like
Thank
saying
you.
shoot me with a paintball gun with no paintballs in it.
That
That's
exactly,
not fair.
exactly.
All right, well, look, take a pair of scissors and cut the top of the nipple off, so it's fucking
That's
nice.
fine. We'll
So it's
make
like a water
we can
bottle.
we can make it a little more of an opening.
Am I allowed to open the bottle and like actually take like a generous sip?
Mm-mm. No.
All your drinks out of the baby bottle.
Can I double down on the bottle? 2 bottles.
Sure.
Hey, yeah, I'll bring 2 bottles. Yeah, sure. I got all the bottles you need right now.
I'm going to be the fucking soberest one at Boathouse.
Good, you can drive. That's 2 punishments in one, because one of them is to be the DD.
Yeah.
Actually, this is getting better.
Fuck that. My
Tony's
car
like-
is an Uber.
Tony's like, all right, my punishment starts in 3 minutes, so let me see how many shots I can just put down real quick.
Yeah, you could just get a double.
Yeah.
Double
Right
drink.
before?
Yeah, double tequila or something. Just
Yep.
swig it.
Do you like?
Ugh,
Would you
gross.
like a Dr. Brown's? Would you like?
Dr. Brown's for sure. Dr. Brown's for sure. Gives rid of all the air.
Got the little thing in it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we got one.
Yep.
So.
We might have. I don't know. I think, did we get rid of ours?
Is that
Rain.
Is it raining?
It's raining its ass off.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
All right.
That's a good
It's
one.
settled.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, that's good. It's better than the one you did. That was rough.
The 2468 is definitely the worst.
What is that one again? What is that?
2 miles, 4 pieces of pizza, 6 donuts, and I missed one.
No, I think you
2 miles, 4 is it
4 beers.
4 beers, 6 pieces of pizza, and 8. I don't
8
fucking know.
donuts. I think the
Probably
donuts are
6
8.
donuts, 8 pieces of pizza, so it's like a full pizza. Maybe, I don't know.
Something
Have
along
to
the
look
lines
it
of
up.
those.
We
Hey.
talking like 3 brother sizes or
That's rough either way.
Lead
Like,
it,
I don't-
lead
that's
it.
a lot of pizza.
Lido squares.
Got a fucking Celeste pizza.
You never said what type of pizza. Now that's working the system. Don't try to get out of your punishments. All right, just fucking take them like a man.
It's got to do better, man. It's got to do better.
All right, come on. We got a legit win this weekend.
Yeah, man. We haven't won since what, week
Yeah.
3 or 4?
I'm sure all your coworkers are fucking
3?
up your ass about all your terrible picks.
Nah, man, because when I've been at work, I told you I've been putting picks up on the board,
Mm-hmm.
and we've been smacking bets at work. But it's just the Brolay stuff. You know, we fucking haven't been doing anything.
Just pick one of those.
Yeah, I could.
was that one at work? Was George Pickens one of the one you had at work?
No, it was just like all college stuff.
Yeah.
You can pick. It doesn't have to be a prop.
I know. I just don't. I don't like picking. I don't like picking a team bet. Like I don't know. I like for the Brolay. I'd rather just pick a player prop.
Well, I mean, Jacob went 3-0. Maybe you can ask him to help you next weekend.
Yeah,
Wanna
maybe,
pick?
maybe he can.
Here he comes.
I would like
Watch
to-
out.
I would like to put something out there. I dedicated my 3-0 win to Karen Donaldson.
Shout out.
Yeah,
She has been on my ass,
she has.
Rightfully
and this
so.
one was dedicated to her.
Well,
I know
Jacob,
you're listening, Karen.
you're hitting it like a 37% clip, so it's.
Hey, you can only go up,
You can
right?
only go up.
You can
babe.
only go up. I mean,
Well,
I guess you can go down,
Well, you
but
could go down. Yeah, don't go 0-3.
I'm gonna tell you what. I don't know when we're gonna like finalize our tally. I guess maybe at the end of NFL, we'll like stop the tally for football
That
at
could be
least.
our Super Bowl show or
Yeah.
something.
If you somehow catch up to me and Dennis, I'll pull from that fucking jar because that would be a run of a lifetime.
Oh, we're tailing. We'll just ride Jacob's wings at that point.
Yeah.
What do you like, Jacob?
I'll put all my money on your picks and I'll gladly pull from that jar.
hey, could be the beginning of a hot streak. Who knows?
That would be lovely.
I wish I would have had the Brolay picks separate. The last few weeks where we've been picking all the stuff on the sheet, that's been helping our odds 100%. I wish I would have had all the Brolay picks separate to see what we actually like, what our record actually is.
Yeah.
Because like I said, last week we went all of us didn't hit. And there's been some weeks where, I mean, obviously we've all had a punishment so far. We've all had multiple punishments so far. So been like kind of like, it would be nice to see like where we're at on the Brolay tally.
Well, I thought that's what we were doing, but then I noticed.
I was just adding in all the picks.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean,
yeah.
At the end of the day,
Since we've been putting
matter.
the sheets out, that's when I started adding it in.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's a couple of them on the sheet I'm doing to where it only has the one pick, obviously the Brolay, and then the 1 week that we did the pick of the day or whatever like that, I added that one in there, and then like week 1 when we picked the college stuff and then ran the Brolay back again. Yeah. That stuff gets added in. So there's like some weeks where it's like 3 is like the max, I believe. And then there's like some weeks with like 1 or 2. So yeah, having 3 on the ticket, that could help your odds, which it's done for you or even done for Dennis as well. Hitting all 3 of them. I mean, man, that kind of fucking helps out your percentage a lot.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, going 3-0 does help.
It does. It does. I mean, it looks better than just going 1-0.
Going 0-3 is a death sentence, though.
0-3 is
yeah,
that's tough to come back from.
Yeah, that's kind of bad.
Tony, you want to talk about your bad beat on Saturday night with Virginia?
Dude, I've had back-to-back weeks with fucking just terrible luck on one leg out of a 6 or 7 leg college parlay. This last week was probably my worst fucking beat ever, where Penn State was playing.
No.
Or who was it?
Notre Dame.
And
Virginia.
No, sorry, yeah, I had Penn State on there too, but Notre Dame, I mean, they're winning the entire game. They're crushing the game the entire time. Thought it was safe. The only one I was worried about was Penn State at first because they were starting to come back, and I had them minus like 29.5 or something like that. And Notre Dame, they were playing Virginia, yeah. And Virginia came all the way down the field under a minute, right? Last drive.
They're losing 35-7.
Yeah, 35
21.
21.5.
21.5. Right?
He's got Notre Dame.
They're going down the field. Obviously, under a minute, Notre Dame's just out there playing it through, right? They get 1 first down. They make it to their 40, right? Not Notre Dame, but Virginia's 40. They have a passing play on second down. They get a fucking penalty. Moves them to like the 25-yard line or whatever it was. I think it was holding or pass interference, whatever it was. It moved them down the field to like 25-yard line.
I think it might have been a personal foul on top of a 10-yard pass play.
And it moved them down the field to the 25-yard line. Next thing you know, they get another first down. They get inside the 10 or maybe even like the 6-yard line.
Yeah, I think it was a 6.
With fucking 18 seconds left.
And punched it.
They ran the ball one time.
Got stuffed.
They ran the ball one time, then they threw it, got stuffed, right? Third down, they ran it. 18 seconds left. Their fucking coach calls a timeout.
Oh, my God.
And then they go for it.
They go for it, get the first down to the fucking whatever yard line, and they ended up scoring.
Punching it in, yeah.
And
tragic.
And you lost
$3,300
on a half a point.
Because after that, all I had was Georgia
They
minus
rolled, yeah.
8.5 or whatever it was. That was the last leg on my ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And I had another one in the same sense, but it was I had the under in the SC game, I think it was, right?
Yeah, the Missouri. Was it South Carolina?
I think
maybe?
it was South Carolina. I had the under in that game.
The under,
and it was looking good, but then towards the end of the game, they ended up scoring. It crushed it. So that was like another $2,000 that I had on that game. And
South
I had
Carolina
a couple
was
picks
rolling.
I had Notre Dame and Penn State on both of those tickets.
Well, if you're UVA better, you love that coach for that. But
oh my
if you're
God,
on the other side, that's tough.
I believe there was a video that they showed out there where a coach from Notre Dame was like pointing at the other side, was like, "You're a fucking pussy." Like,
oh yeah,
pretty much calling them.
Notre Dame was trying to not because they were like, these motherfuckers are trying to get like they want that last touchdown, that feel good touchdown, just to go off with some positive some positives from the game, and the defense was fucking trying not to let them score. I mean, they stuffed them from the 2, I think, twice. So they weren't laying up. They weren't like, all right, score, game's over. They were fucking trying. And the guy scored on I think it was a zone read handoff, but the quarterback kept it, and the whole defense was fooled. And he just ran it out and dove at the pylon to score. And I'm like, all right, Tony, they might go for 2. No, kicked the field goal.
That's sad.
18 seconds. I was hoping that they go for 2.
Yeah, and somehow miss it. You look back on moments like those, and you're like, why didn't I just buy it down?
I know. Yep.
And instead of 3,300, maybe it would have been 2,600, but I'll take it.
So here's the thing. I haven't had Notre Dame on my fucking ticket since they crushed me the last time. They were on my no bet list.
I can't bet Notre Dame.
But
every time, even going back previous seasons, like I just cannot figure out.
But my
what
buddy, that was one of his picks where he said, he was like, oh, this line is safe as can be. He's like, you're good. And I was going to straight bet it, but I was like, you know what? Let me just throw this one. The ones that one of the guys that I work with, Bobby, he sends me some picks, and I kind of like go off of those, throw it into a parlay. A couple of them I throw in like straight bets and stuff, and he's solid with college. But I took Notre Dame and Penn State out of that and threw it. I didn't straight bet them. I threw them in on that parlay with other things that I was looking at, and like I said, he was and Notre Dame was on my no bet list. I was like, I'm not fucking ever betting them again. You crushed me once, I'm not going back to you. And I put him on it, and what happens? And I was telling him that. I said, I don't fucking bet Notre Dame. I said, but I'll put him in on this parlay.
I can tell you after this weekend, because I had, like, Kelsey's been on my no bet list. I think all of ours. But he's been playing.
He's been doing good.
And I was like, okay, I'll throw him back in. I don't even think he had like 8 yards.
Well, they only scored 10 points, right?
Yeah.
Or no, they scored 17. Or was it more than
But
they scored
the
20,
other guy,
21.
what's the other tight end?
Noah Gray.
He was getting everything.
He caught 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The Chiefs are really hard to predict who's going to score because Mahomes just throws it to everybody.
Yeah. Well, I had Worthy for that anytime touchdown parlay that I sent y'all because he hadn't scored in
It's been
a
minute.
while.
Yeah.
And when they got D-Hop, like he hasn't even been getting targets. And I was just looking for something juiced. I mean, I'll put pennies on it, $25 or $50 or something. But man, he got the touchdown in the beginning of the game. I'm like, oh shit, this has life.
First drive, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I had over in the Colorado game because I went off yours, and I was like, fuck, I'll put that in there. And I had Temple minus 1.5. I think one of y'all said Syracuse Cal over 57.5. I don't know who that was. I think that came from us. And then I was liking Georgia, so I threw Georgia on at the end. And, of course, I had Notre Dame and Penn State. Penn State minus 29.5. At first, like, look, I don't like betting teams that have, like, high point totals like that. Like, minus, dude, that always, like, fucking scares me.
Yeah, but
like,
then when they win 56-0,
I
you're
know,
like,
I know.
no sweat.
No sweat.
But
I
that's
should've-
college, dude.
I
You just have to
know,
wrap
I
your
know.
mind. College and NFL are 2 different beasts.
Yeah.
You just have to wrap your mind around it.
But again, between Penn State and Notre Dame, both of them were on my no bet list, and I put them in, especially with those high point totals.
Like you can never count overs out of college, even if they start slow, because they can throw a pick six in a fucking heartbeat. You know, run a punt back for a touchdown, muff a punt, and they're in the 5. You know what I mean? They're just not as good a player, so there's more mistakes.
Oh yeah,
more opportunities.
You could have one team that scores 28 1/4.
Yeah.
It's not unheard of.
Yeah, I've had a couple bad beats lately with one leg. That one during the Commanders Eagles game. Terry McLaurin. I did that live bet, not getting 25 yards. Man, that crushed me like. I mean, everything but
he didn't
one,
do shit.
you know. And I'm just
Commander. Jaden Daniels does not look the same the past few weeks. Since
He's
he came
not
back from that injury.
He's not running.
He's not running.
That's the problem.
His throws are off too. He was super deadly accurate the
Really?
first few weeks, and he's just missing what I think are makeable throws.
Well, he should have a layup this weekend.
Is it Dallas? Yeah, it's a divisional game though.
Commanders are 10.5
Yeah.
point favorites.
we'll see.
I'm a little scared.
You know what
I'm scared at the fact that I don't think Jaden Daniels is fully healthy.
I agree.
what do you think the line was, the preseason line for this game before the season started?
Cowboys minus
Cowboys,
6.5.
Yeah, probably Cowboys minus 4.5.
4.
Maybe the lowest.
Cowboys minus 4.
Yeah.
So
Is
the
it
line
at home for the Cowboys or on the
No,
At Commanders.
Yeah,
FedEx.
Yeah.
so the line's flipped 14.5 points. So if you somehow got Commanders +4 preseason, like the look ahead line, which you could have bet, you'd be sitting on a fucking
No one bet that.
golden ticket.
No fucking
Yeah.
way.
Just like probably there's very many people out there that actually bet on the Commanders win total too. Because what was it at 5? Because we were talking about it. We
5.5.
should have just fucking bet it.
No, that was another thing I listened to yesterday.
Having the faith in our fucking team.
Oh,
Should have bet the fucking Steelers. Honestly,
Should have bet the Steelers, but
Should've
again,
listened-
Dennis was the only.
We should have listened to Dennis Shelby over here.
Dennis was the
Telling
only
you.
one.
Y'all should go back and listen to some of the earlier episodes because you're just gonna be like, you're just gonna be shaking your head like, dude, we were spot on some, and then we were way off on some other ones. But I mean, that's
but
that's
we were
preseason.
definitely
are
off
we
on the
way
Jets.
off? I mean, I don't. Are we way off? I mean, it's different. It's different being way off and just being wrong. I feel like, you know what I mean.
Do
Like,
what?
I don't think anything we were saying was like dead wrong.
No,
Like, it's
I mean,
just-
speaking on the fact
like
of how,
it happens,
how we
you
were
know?
looking at it from a preseason standpoint.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't think that Aaron Rodgers was going to come out and look like doo-doo like he has been, you know. We didn't really think that, at least 3 of us didn't really think that the Steelers offense was going to be doing much to put them in winnable games. And I think when we were saying that, we completely looked past their defense portion of it because we were so focused on Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, not having that secure quarterback, and they just didn't know at that time. And I'm like, there's no fucking way, especially Russ coming off of the season he had prior with the Broncos. He looked like fucking
the last-
doo-doo, bro.
No,
Last
he looked
two
good
se-
last
last
year.
two
The year before that, he looked really
That's what I'm
bad.
saying, but he hasn't been what he was when he was with Seattle either. He hasn't.
But
He's
on the
showing
Steelers, he
it
doesn't
now.
need to be.
Exactly, because
'cause
he
they got a
has
great-
that
and
defense, the
yeah.
same thing he's had in Seattle.
They were 9-8 last year with Kenny fucking Pickett and Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
So I was like, if he's an upgrade to those guys, so I'm like, worst case scenario, they win 11
Again,
games.
we complete us 3, I would say, not you. We completely look past the offensive side of it or the defensive side because we were so focused on the offense.
Right.
We didn't think about it. The defense just being just lights out, man. I mean, they're fucking tough.
TJ Watts is-
I honestly think the best game that the Steelers got was that Commanders game. The Ravens did a good job on controlling them, but I didn't think that the Ravens did any more than what the Commanders did. I honestly think the Commanders moved the ball down the field a whole lot more, and we just got put in bad positions.
just
That
punch.
was a great fucking game. That felt watching that Commanders Steelers game. It felt like a playoff game.
I didn't
100% felt like a
see
playoff
any
game.
of it.
Aside from Tucker missing the field goals, I mean, dude, Lamar was just forcing so much.
Lamar
and
did not look good in that. He didn't look comfortable at all.
No, well,
I mean, he got
because of the Steelers'
he
defense,
got garbage
though. I
yards
mean-
at the end of it, rushing yards and putting them in a decent position to win the game, but they just didn't.
Yeah.
They couldn't.
it's
Get
kind of
recovered.
the same thing he started doing last year. Well, especially in the playoffs. I mean, just trying to take the game in his own hands and win the game in his own by himself.
Well,
You know,
He's just not good against the Steelers. They lost both games last year to the Steelers.
yeah.
And the Steelers were not as good of a
Well,
team.
and that, dude, there's it don't matter if both teams were one and whatever. That rivalry
Oh, for
is
sure.
so much pressure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the best rivalries in the NFL. It is the rivalry in the NFL, in my opinion.
Yep.
I mean,
This point in the year, there's a lot of value in like shitty divisional games. I just think it starts getting tough for these teams. It's late in the season. I just think there's a lot of opportunity on betting dogs getting a lot of points if it's within the division. I mean, saw it last week, a little sneak peek.
Mm-hmm.
Divisional opponents
Yeah.
held up well.
Yeah. And that's why I don't even want to be anywhere close to that Commanders Cowboys game because it'll be the one fucking game they actually decide to show up and play good defense.
yeah.
I'll tell you what, if the Cowboys somehow win that game, I'm still going to come here next week and say they're trash.
All right, let me give a hypothetical. Who wins this game? Jets versus Cowboys.
Who's the Cowboys quarterback?
Dak.
$7-6.
Jets.
Yeah.
No, there'll be more points, but it'll be because of strip sack fumbles and
Turnovers.
pick sixes. And I would say out of 10 games, if they played each other 10 times, it would be 5-5.
That's fair.
I mean,
they both suck.
For a one-off, I don't know. I mean, they're both terrible. And at least, well, I was going to say at least the Cowboys are terrible and they got a backup, and the Jets are just terrible with former multi-time MVP.
He's washed, dude. He's got to hang it up.
Dude, and
he's got to run.
His whole demeanor right now is wild, dude, because he's just like, yeah, we gotta play better. We gotta his whole like, I don't know, dude.
They have weapons too. That's what's crazy. They're loaded on offense.
I'll tell you what, you put Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
Oh my, he'd throw for 6,000 yards
with Brees Hall, Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson.
They would never lose.
I don't know. I think their offensive line is a lot of their concern. I mean, for one, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is playing good football.
He's not.
He does not look comfortable in that pocket because the offensive line is breaking down really fast.
I think
really
people
fast.
forget.
And Brees Hall hasn't helped open up any fucking thing at all.
Rodgers was always mobile and athletic, though. And now that he doesn't have that, I think he just
I'm scared to fucking tear his Achilles again.
Well, I think so.
What do you have to lose at this point?
I think
You've got
that's
nothing to
what
lose.
we want to know. Why are you acting like you know? It's
I think
it's hard to say. It's probably a mind game too. I've never had an injury like that.
It could be that.
Playing at an elite level that they're playing at, where you have fucking 300-pound, beast coming at you, wanting to rip your fucking head off.
But wouldn't you think locking yourself in a dark room for 3 days on a retreat would?
Again, something else I've never done. We talked about this the last time.
Hey, add it to the punishment jar.
Oh man, that'll be a vacation.
Oh yeah, I'll take that right now. Shit.
I think the Cowboys are missing that also with Dak not being mobile, not having that threat.
Yeah.
The
read option doesn't work. No one bites on Dak running the ball.
But see, Cooper Rush showed that, was it last year or the year before when he came in for Dak? When Dak got it, whenever Cooper came in for him, he showed that he could get outside the pocket and move the ball. This year, he's just not. I don't know what his fucking deal is.
Well, the Cowboys' offensive line sucks too. They haven't been good for.
They got all kinds of problems.
And I'm pretty sure that they just lost. Was his name Nick Martin?
Oh, he's
Zach Martin.
Zach Martin.
He's like the only one left.
He's hurt.
He's hurt, and somebody else got hurt as well towards the end of the game.
They need you to play lineman for him this weekend against the Commanders?
I would never fucking want to play for the Cowboys in my life.
Shit, if they put a contract in front of you that said $2 million guaranteed, you would do it.
My ass.
I would gladly.
You would not.
Just like
You'd
what's
say-
his name did
you'd
with
say,
the football.
I'd go play for the Jags.
Who was that? Did y'all? Was it T. Higgins who scored for the Bengals? Did y'all see that?
I know he scored.
Yeah. So
He was sitting on my fantasy bench.
he got fined. I think it was T. Higgins. He got fined $750,000.
No.
Who am I thinking of?
No player gets fined
That was
$750,000.
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah,
For what?
Because
Maybe $75,000.
he used a prop.
it said $750,000.
It might. Well, I don't know.
No
sounds
chance.
Dude, it said $750,000. So, and he didn't pay a dime of it. So he had a deal with Dude Wipes, to where if he scored, he would take his towel. It must have been a Dude Wipes towel,
Mm-hmm.
like a playing towel. Took it and wiped the ball like he was wiping an ass, and they fined him. And then it was this whole thing that Dude Wipes isn't an NFL sponsor, and they fined him
Really?
$750,000. And Dude Wipes covered the
Fine.
fine.
Eat that, NFL.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Eat shit.
Dude wipes.
After he scored?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look up.
Dude,
that up.
Pretty sure it was $750,000.
that is one team that I feel bad for. The Bengals. They just can't put it all together to win a fucking game.
Yeah,
They have so many weapons on that field, and Joe Burrow throwing at least 3 touchdowns a game with fucking 300 plus yards, and to lose, bro,
Yeah.
like that is tough.
But if they make it to the playoffs,
They won't.
if they can, I think they will it'll
I don't
come
know,
around.
man. I don't know.
I saw something.
They can't do
It
anything.
was basically they took like all the NFL teams, like what their records would be if the result was the opposite of what happened in one possession game.
This I was talking
and the
to
Bengals
Michael.
were like 9-1 or
Yeah.
like 8-2.
Dude, even the Giants were like number 4.
Yeah, there was a couple surprises.
I was talking to Michael about this earlier.
I think
Like
Chicago was up there too.
Chicago, Tampa Bay. Tampa
Yep.
Bay was like number 2.
Yeah.
Cincy, their deal is they, especially the last 3 games, I
Trying
want to
to look
say,
that up. Do you remember what that was on?
they've been
Barstool,
getting,
but I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
they've been getting down in the first half of the game and have to work back the entire second half of the game, and that is so tough to try to cover 14 plus points. And even in this Chargers game, I didn't really see it going that way, or whoever they played. I didn't really see it going that way, but they're just getting behind so early that they have to work back. And
Did you bet the Bengals that game? Because you said see you. Me and Mike. You asked who we liked.
I never made
And
it.
then we
to the
told
other
you,
side.
and you
No, that
said
was a
see
cheat.
you on the other side.
I never made it to the other side.
I'm glad.
You almost did because they came back from 27-6 and tied it up 27
Yeah, it
all.
was
So
close.
you know, Bengals have talent. They just can't close out games.
If they would have made that field goal, it would have been probably a different conversation.
Maybe.
Fantasy wise, Jamar Chase is cooking.
Yeah.
He's insane.
Well, Burrow too, dude. I was whoever I played last week in fantasy, I was winning by like 40 points, and all he had left was Burrow. And I'm like, all right, that's a W. Well, then I woke up and I seen Burrow threw for like 3 or 4 touchdowns, and I looked at it and he scored like 34.
Yeah.
And I barely won.
Yeah.
Who's winning in y'all's fantasy right now? What's the
Dennis I think is close to the top.
I'm in like third or fourth, but it's
Dennis is 4th.
2 teams tied at
Brett's
8
still
2,
winning.
2 teams at 7-3.
Brett and Brandon are tied for first. And then Derek's in 3rd. And then Dennis, who's skin him alive.
That's
Danny.
Brandon's dad.
Yeah.
Mike, I'm gonna need you to let me win this week.
And then me, I'm in 6th. My team has just been struggling.
You scored a lot of points.
Who
Yeah.
who was the
That's if Lamar does something too, because I got him as my quarterback and he ain't really fucking done.
He
There's
ain't
been a
really
couple
doing
weeks where
anything
he's not
yet.
doing anything.
who was the number 1 pick in our draft? Do you remember?
was it Christian McCaffrey?
No.
No, I can tell you.
No, he was number 2, right?
Yeah, because I'm noticing a trend here with all these top players. Like I think I picked 3rd, got Brees Hall. Super underperformed this year. Terrible pick.
You think so?
Yeah.
No, dude, he's good.
No, he's
Who?
trash.
Who?
Brees Hall.
Brees Hall hasn't done anything, bro.
No, he'll score
He hasn't
25
done
one
shit.
week. The next week he'll score 2.
Yeah, he hasn't done shit.
That's
And then-
everybody though.
And then McCaffrey.
Well, that's thanks to his offense. I mean,
Yeah. Well, McCaffrey's good,
Brees
but
Hall's a 17th ranked player in fantasy football. What do you mean?
he sucks.
He hasn't done much like certain weeks.
Look at his log of
Yeah, but nobody does something every week. He's 17th overall. That's what, including quarterbacks. Take quarterbacks out of that, he's top 10.
Yeah, I think he sucks.
You don't know what you're talking
weren't-
about.
First-
you weren't
I
saying he
don't-
sucks when you
I
hit
don't
that
think he's really
touchdown.
done much.
That touchdown bet a couple weeks ago.
All right, so he scored 18, 24, 18, 3, 6, 24, 29, 9, 10, 12, 31. No good. I need 40.
That's what I'm saying.
Man,
When he has a big game, he's getting those points.
Who was the number 1 player drafted though? Do you
Hang
remember?
on, you got me off track.
Didn't you took a picture of the board, didn't you?
I'd have to go back in the message, honestly.
Wow. I'm looking at Jahmyr Gibbs is 18th ranked, so he's 1 spot behind Brees Hall.
McCaffrey was first. Brees Hall was second. CD,
Oh, okay.
Bijan,
CD underperformed. Bijan underperformed.
Tyreek,
done
Tyreek underperformed.
St. Brown, solid.
Decent.
Jefferson, solid. Jamar Chase, beast. A.J. Brown, underperformed. Garrett Wilson, not performed at 10th.
At all.
Jonathan Taylor,
Underperformed.
Saquon,
Beast.
Puka, now that he's back, balling.
Beast.
Jameer Gibbs,
Beast.
Kyron Williams.
Should have took Saquon.
Who?
Kyron Williams.
Oh, I thought you said Tyrone Williams.
Tyrone Biggums.
Sounds right.
Tyrone, I know is Tyrone Tracy.
He's been good.
He has.
Devontae Adams, Marvin Harrison,
Trash.
Pacheco,
Trash.
ETN,
Trash.
Derrick Henry went 20th.
That's a travesty.
HN went 21st. HN's been good.
Yeah. Well, once Tua's there and they can move that offense, HN is a top running back. He gets so many catches.
You know who's been a disappointment? Debo.
Yep.
He gets no targets.
He was hurt though too, but yeah,
He's
he has
always
that-
hurt
yeah,
though.
he
Like
has
if
a-
you watch that wide receiver show on Netflix, he's soft, dude. He's always banged up. And he's
Yeah.
a big dude. Joe Mixon, 32nd overall.
You
That's
would-
a steal.
You would think with
that is.
McCaffrey being out, Debo would see more work, but they're just keying on him now.
Especially
He's
with
the number one playmaker now, so
Yeah.
they're just keying on him. So he's getting
Well, I think he would have had a larger role if Jordan Mason didn't come in and have the fucking season that he's had.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, because they would have moved Debo mostly to the running back position. And the first game, I believe they did that, but Jordan Mason had a huge
Better
game his
game,
first
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, we're sticking with this guy, and we'll just leave Debo on the slot.
Yeah, the Niners offense just they're not what they were last year.
No.
So you didn't see the story about the kid, the 13-year-old? He made his own coin on a live stream.
yeah,
Dude, I don't know how this shit works. He made his own meme coin on a live stream
a live stream.
Live stream. And I guess on the live stream, people started buying it and ran it
I
up to,
saw
ran it
that.
up to 30 grand.
Yeah,
Well, now it's at 4.5
I
million.
saw that. The
If
kid-
he had stayed in, he'd be worth 4.5 million. Right now.
everybody was basically like, "Fuck this kid. We're about to run this coin up."
Yeah, because he
Because he
got
sold.
out. He
'Cause he-
sold
'cause
out.
he-
He sold.
Well, he shit on his
sold.
followers. Because he was like after it went up, he said, "Yeah, fuck you, motherfuckers," and was
Yeah.
like flicking off of the
Yeah.
camera.
They call it a rug. They start a coin. They give themselves a bunch of the supply, and then when the price starts going up, they dump all the supply.
Yeah.
And the
So it
price goes to,
fucks
like,
everybody, and then
Why would he then come out and be opposed to everybody else? Like,
well, no,
because-
this was
because
on
you
the
know
live
how the
stream.
internet
This was
works.
on the live stream.
That's what
like,
I'm saying. But you know how the internet works. They'll just fucking go back heavy into it.
That's what.
Which is what exactly what happened.
And
yeah.
that's the thing. Why
Maybe-
would he do that?
Maybe that was his idea. He'd be a
What
genius if
what
that
an
was his
idiot.
idea. But yeah,
I don't think he's a genius.
he's like a 12-year-old kid. He made 30. Well, he robbed people for 30 grand. But
yeah.
Well,
I
I'll
don't
find this
I don't
tweet.
even understand how you make a meme coin. Like I don't.
I don't know how
it's,
you do all that stuff.
there's stuff now that's like software that does it for you. It's
Well,
it's
what
super
is it?
easy.
Because I'll dump.
There's a bunch of them. There's like Solana has one called
I'll dump it.
Pump Fun. Just about every like Solana, ETH, they all have like one. Solana's a big one. That one's called Pump Fun. You can just go out there and build a coin. All you gotta do is upload pictures.
That's what
And
this
then
guy
people,
did.
and then
on
people
Pump
buy
Fun.
and then people buy it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they buy it all Pump Fun.
that makes no.
It's got to
fucking
sell
sense
like
to
a
me.
certain amount.
Does
of
that
money.
make sense to you guys?
I don't know anything about this. meme
That
coin
makes
stuff.
because it's not even a real thing.
No, none of it is. Bitcoin's really not real if you think about it.
Well, it's about to be.
I mean, if you really think about it, it's all just made. Yes, there's math and stuff and, formulas behind it, but it's still just made up.
What
Yeah,
y'all's?
but if you have a bunch of it, you're
Yeah.
a millionaire.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not worth money, but it's still technically a bunch of nothing that's worth money.
What's y'all's whole
Like-
stance on crypto? Like, what it is exactly? Where do you think it's going? Like, do you believe in it?
Oh, hell yeah, 100%.
I believe in Bitcoin. I don't understand all the meme coins and shit coins.
Do you think all crypto is like a scam?
Think
No.
about
Yeah.
it's going to become a global currency at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
Define scam though. Like,
Well, I was trying to explain this to Amanda last night because she doesn't know much about Bitcoin. I mean, I don't really either, but she just thinks that it's because it's not tangible. It's not real. It's not like it's a scam. Whether it has value or not is not what we're talking about. It's the fact that it's not tangible. So it's basically a few people decided that this was going to be a thing.
You could say the same thing for gold, silver,
right.
Yeah.
You're not
diamonds.
But
well, the stock part of it.
Yeah.
Right? Because you don't physically have that gold in your hand.
And who said gold
I
worth
don't-
anything anyways? Like, who fucking cares?
well, I guess because you can use it.
To do what?
I mean, you could actually do things with gold, like build products with.
Well,
gold.
if the dollar,
too, you can build decentralized applications, stuff like that. There's artificial intelligence
Yeah.
coins, data storage, encryption.
well, the thing with gold and silver is if you were to ever, if the dollar was to ever disappear, which was a thing,
Mhm.
like the dollar was about to be worth absolutely nothing, you can physically have gold and silver to
trade,
to trade,
barter.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
unless
like if they-
unless someone has said, "Oh, well, the gold's worth nothing," and then what you have is nothing.
Yeah.
It's
Just like any other company, like, okay, BlackBerry, they're worth practically nothing at this point. They were one of the biggest companies in the world at one point.
right.
It's like any tech company. If somebody comes out with a bigger and better version of a Tesla's going to be worth nothing.
Anything's only worth what someone's willing to pay for it, right?
Exactly.
So if I can convince the world that this table is worth is currency now, then people believe it. Then they get their own tables.
Yeah. I think the cool thing about crypto is, like, say when you go to a foreign country, like if there was if everybody accepted cryptocurrency,
Yeah.
you go to Italy, I exchanged $1,000. You know how much I got back? I got back 700 euros. That's it. The exchange rate, I lost like $300 on 1,000.
Mhm.
If you go over there and they accept Bitcoin, I can go over there and have $1,000 in Bitcoin and spend $1,000.
Right.
So it's resistant against that. You can send money to somebody peer
Yeah.
to peer, no fees involved, no nothing.
Yeah, they said the one big difference between like gold, which is tangible, and crypto is you can send money in 3 seconds to anybody in the world, like around the world. You can't do that with gold. You know what I mean? You'd have to physically ship it to somebody, whereas crypto is instant.
Right.
So that's a huge benefit.
Well, and from an investment standpoint, you think about like real estate investors. It's a huge workload. They've got to buy the property, they've got to maintain the property, they've got to fix it up, they've got to sell it. If you just buy crypto and it continues to go up, it's a store of value, just like real estate is, but with none of the work that comes along with it.
I saw something, a very good video today. They're saying that real estate that might not be the rich man's game anymore. That Bitcoin is going to be the rich man's game because of that reason right there.
Mm-hmm.
You got this rich guy. He owns 20 properties, whether it's business like buildings or
Residential,
houses
commercial.
or houses. They're just buying it to tie up their money and
Appreciate
appreciate it, right?
It's like a
But they're not
it's like a
taking care of
savings
the
account, but
But
with a much
better return.
larger
Yeah.
appreciation.
But, yeah,
value.
they're not taking care of the properties, but then someone can't come and buy that for what they want to sell it for because it's too much. Like they want too much for it. So the new rich man's game is going to be Bitcoin and not real estate.
Yeah, I mean, I read something today that said Michael Saylor, who's a huge advocate for
I love
Bitcoin.
that guy. He's wild.
Yeah, he owns MicroStrategy. He's apparently got, I don't know, I think I read 13 billion in Bitcoin currently at its current value. He said that he predicts Bitcoin will top out at about 13.5 million per coin. So someone was like, if you buy 0.1% of Bitcoin today at its current price, would cost you $9,000. When it tops out, you could be a millionaire.
I believe it.
Yeah.
So you got $9,000?
Yeah. Well, the whole crypto market is about to change big time because they're about to make. So you got like a S&P 500, right? Which is the top whatever companies in
500.
500.
Top 500.
top companies, in the stock market. They're about to do the same for crypto.
Oh, they're gonna have all kinds of ETFs and stuff like that you can.
Yeah,
buy.
but it's all going to be under one
umbrella stock.
Yeah,
whatever.
That's genius.
Yeah,
but meme coins, like that's why meme coins are so popular. Yeah, you can make a bunch of money in one day and you can lose it within an hour. There was one dude that invested $17 in Peanut. Peanut was the squirrel that got killed in New York. He turned $17 into $3 million in like 24 hours. $17.
Oh, the dude's pet squirrel?
Somebody did a meme coin of the squirrel called Peanut. It's like the biggest thing on the internet right now.
What a time!
$17 into $3 million fucking dollars.
What a time to be!
Dude, I'm about to just put $17 in every fucking meme coin. Just see if one of them goes to the moon.
Yeah,
dude, that is absolute. That is bonkers, dude. That is fucking nuts.
I'm gonna be pissed. That's gonna piss me off going to work tomorrow, knowing some motherfucker got rich.
How do you
$17
find that stuff though? Like where do you look for
to
that?
make that kind of money? You've got to be
you got to be watching it.
You got to be a DGen. Like if you can get on Pump Fund is like before they actually hit the market. If they hit like 60,000 market cap, then they'll actually, then you can actually buy the token on exchanges and stuff like that. But you got to be a true DGen and buy it at like when it first comes out at like the bottom barrel price, and then hold that shit all the way up to like 600 million.
Yeah,
which is hard. Like, if you put $17 in something and it turns into 10 grand, you're gonna sell that 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
This dude was like, "Fuck it, I'm holding it." Like
17.
Okay, let's say you did hold it. It goes to 100 grand. You're like,
sell.
Exactly. So there's not many people would hold it to make.
I would hold it until I seen it dropping drastically, and then I would sell. Whether that was the drop off that ended it, or if that was the drop before, I don't know. But that's probably when I would sell.
But then it can drop and then shoot up threefold of what it was at.
I know.
You just gotta. It's just gambling at all levels.
It's the same thing as the stock market, just
way
a little
more volatile.
Same thing as a casino.
Yeah.
You put your money in.
Yeah, exactly.
Every 100 hands you might get lucky and hit the fucking progressive.
It's a slot machine, but you could hit a jackpot and then 10 minutes later hit rock bottom. All of it's gone.
Is that something that you have to pay attention to like every day?
Every hour.
Yeah. I feel like that's something you got to be on in front of a computer. Like this is what you do.
Unless you're just saying, look, I'm going to put $20 in this coin or $50 in this coin. It's either going to 100,000 or zero. And then you just set it and hope like hell, $20 here, $20 here, $20 there, which is probably the best strategy to get if you want to get rich.
Yeah. And trust me, there's millions of people out here doing what this peanut investor did.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
and it's just because of the popularity of that story.
Yeah,
dude, if you put $90 into it, it would have been or $170 into it. $30 million.
Is that good?
I mean, I could retire off of this.
Didn't Mike Tyson make that this past weekend?
Yeah, he should have. Well, that was horrible. Did y'all watch it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I watched it.
I seen somebody's like suing Netflix because they were like, "This is bullshit. This is rigged."
It was so. You watch Mike Tyson train, and he's throwing punches left and right, pounding the bags. He threw about maybe 8 punches, and they were haphazard punches.
There had to be something within that contract that said he couldn't do certain things.
Now this is super.
I think the Junkies actually was it Junkies that posted a video where Mike Tyson was about to come with a full fucking right.
I saw
and
that.
kind of like pulled back and it's like he fucking
there's a video. There is a video
wide open.
Yeah, there's a video going around showing almost all the punches that Mike Tyson held back on and the ones he ate from Jake Paul. Like there's no reason he could have blocked a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like
the fight before that, but those two chicks.
That was
I didn't see. I wish I would have. I wish I was
amazing. You talk about a boxing match. I'm not a real big boxing enthusiast, but that fucking fight was unreal.
That was the best boxing match I've seen in 15 years.
Yeah, like those two chicks were going at it, and
Like
That-
the last 5 rounds,
I'm
they
sorry,
were
but
brawling.
that chick, Katie Taylor, should not have won that
She
fight.
should not have won that fight.
fight.
A, she was headbutting the shit out of
Oh,
her.
dude. And it was very obvious.
Very obvious.
Very obvious. Every time she went in, she was going in.
How many rounds?
What's her name's cut was unreal.
Yeah. How many rounds did she do after she got cut like that?
Oh, I
above
think
her
that
eye?
was in like the third round.
Yeah, it was early.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She got a little cut, and then she got hit like maybe in the 5th, and then that opened that
It
bitch
opened it up,
wide
yeah.
Oh
open.
my god,
Dude,
And
the
is
5
it
rounds.
running down her face?
Oh yeah.
Oh, her
Oh.
whole fucking face was
Yeah.
bloody.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh my
huge props to them though. Like on such a huge stage like that to pretty much revive the bullshit
The
around
night.
boxing.
Yeah.
Like,
Minus their own fight.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
But the bullshit was still there because she clearly lost and still won the fight.
Yeah.
That's why people hate boxing.
yeah.
Is because it happens all the time.
Yeah. But they
I
keep
like
they keep
our camp-
reeling people back in, viewers
Yeah.
back in with the build up and the hype, the
Yeah.
big names. You think about what maybe these people have done in the past, but the distant past. I don't
I like how
not
her
how they
camp-
are now
her
as a
camp
fighter.
pretty much called out the entire thing. Like, no, this is bullshit. Like, she was coming in. The ref wasn't calling shit. He called it at one point. It's like, you got to chill out. You got to stop headbutting, whatever. Gave her a point deduction.
But that wasn't until like the 8th or 9th round. Way
and
too
that-
late.
And that's the thing. Like, her camp, whoever lost, I can't remember her name, whoever lost, her camp came out at the end of the match. He was just saying, like, this fucking referee was terrible. He wasn't calling. He wasn't doing the proper things that need to be done within that match.
Oh, I did want to bring something up. Okay, so during, I guess, the intermission of one of the fights, Jerry Jones was there, and obviously he was hyping up the stadium or whatever, and Michael Irvin was there with him. And then Michael Irvin's talking, Jerry starts talking, and then Michael Irvin jumps in. He's like, oh, I need to talk to you later, Jerry, about something. I got something I think you need to do. And I'm almost guaranteeing it's going to be Dion, head coach
Yeah, he said that.
of the Dallas
He had said that
Cowboys.
when he was
Did he say
saying.
that?
Well, I don't think he was talking to Jerry.
Said it on a podcast.
Okay.
No, it was when they were doing the when Michael Irving and somebody else came up to the not the announcers, whoever was doing like the intermission talking or whatnot. He was even saying like we need to get Dion here.
Yep. I knew exactly what he was
knew,
getting after.
Yep. I honestly don't foresee Dion going to Dallas because Dion is the type of person, he wants control of his team. Jerry Jones is the complete opposite. He wants control of everything that happens with his team. He wants the final say. I don't think him and Dion, even if they have a good relationship, I don't see Dion really doing much if he went there because he would be handcuffed by a lot of stuff.
Unless they drafted Shadur.
I don't think Shadur is the answer, man.
I don't think he is either.
Like
but
him.
if he,
I
if
like
he- if
him
they
as a
draft him-
college player. I honestly do not foresee him being a very good NFL player. I don't.
I'm with you.
Travis Hunter, the guy Shepard, that's the other wide receiver, and Jimmy Horn Jr.
Jimmy Horn Jr. 's so
have
fast.
been nothing but studs, making Shadur look a whole lot better on the field with some of Shadur's throws and stuff like that. Travis Hunter's just a
He's a monster.
he's a dog, man. Like his demeanor on the field and off the field is everything you want out of a fucking player. And I think that he's going to be lights out in the NFL. I just don't think Shadur is going to be very good.
Speaking of previous episodes, should have put a 100 on Travis Hunter winning the Heisman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like
That
what,
would've
plus-
been,
what was it, plus
I
1,300
would've
or something? We got to look back. and see.
3,000. It was 3,000, wasn't it?
It was.
I
It
thought
was
it was
something.
he was
3,000.
down there.
Yeah,
It was
it was
something
3,000. I'm
yeah.
pretty sure.
Dude, he's had a pick and like a touchdown in almost every single game.
I see Dion going to Las Vegas.
The Raiders?
Yep. And I see that because I think he's going to want his son to be the quarterback, and him and Tom Brady have a very
Or are they
tight,
close?
tight
There was.
relationship.
I saw a video. Somebody else was talking about that too.
I foresee him going to the Raiders.
Maybe. I mean, he'll go to the highest bidder. I guarantee it.
Oh, for sure.
Because they're all going to tell him what he wants to hear. Well, actually, Cowboys might pick top 5, right?
I mean, at this point, yeah, maybe top 3.
Who's got the worst record?
Easy now.
Jags,
Jags, Carolina.
Well, Giants are
Giants.
2-8.
Hey, Giants
Speaking
got
speaking of the Giants,
Tommy DeVito starting this weekend.
Tommy DeVito.
Tommy Cutlets.
He ain't gonna do anything. It's gonna be another.
what if he
Cooper
comes
Rush
out and
story.
balls out though?
Is
He
Jones
might.
hurt? Is
He ain't.
Daniel Jones hurt?
They play
No,
Buccaneers.
they benched
No.
him.
They didn't
Yeah,
bench
they
him.
Downs, yeah.
They moved him to third string.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's. They said that he's got a clause in his contract where if he gets hurt, he's guaranteed $40 million for the next year or something that I heard. So they might be just like playing it safe. Like
And
we're moving you.
Who's the backup now? Drew
Lock is the backup.
Lock, yeah.
But
So
they-
it's
They
Tommy Cutlets.
they
Drew
passed-
Lock, then
No, Drew Lock was always the number 2, and when they benched Daniel Jones, they fucking said we're going with DeVito at 3 and bypassed Drew Lock at 2. How fucked up is
That's
that?
wild.
That's
dude.
wild. Drew Lock must be bad.
I know, because I feel like he's better than Tommy DeVito.
Why even keep him as well? I guess it makes sense to keep him as 2 on the depth chart now, but
I don't know. That team is a
They're
they're-
a shit
hot
show.
mess. Hot mess.
yeah.
They play Buccaneers this weekend, so
They're going to get wiped by the Buccaneers. I don't care how many injuries the Buccaneers have.
I might
They're
parlay the
wiped.
Jags, Florida State, and Tommy DeVito. Fuck it.
over passing yards.
Hey, I seen a stat. Florida State is the only team in the FBS and FCS this year in college
I saw that.
who has not scored over 21 points in a single game.
yeah.
Did you see that?
Somebody sent
That
that, to
is
us.
terrible.
That is insane.
With as many players that they have, so much talent on that team,
That coach has to be fired.
has to be. Has to be.
Yeah, he gone.
I'm surprised they have fired him already. Like, why even keep him around?
Yeah.
I mean, they're embarrassing. it.
What's his contract? Because I think they gave him an
It's the
extension.
contract.
They gave him an extension after last year.
The buyout is like 80 million. It's
I mean, there's
from
plenty,
what I
there's
heard.
plenty of other coaches out there that are sitting at home making fucking millions too.
What other options do they have, though?
At
You
this
know what I'm
point,
saying?
I
Like, just
don't know.
continue to suck for 5 years? Like, that doesn't make sense either.
No.
Here you
I'd
go.
rather just get rid of you. I mean,
But that might be
Pay
their
the 80
saving.
million to
That
get
might
rid
be
of
their
him.
saving grace by keeping him around since he's on his long contract on getting players in,
Here you go.
especially with this whole transfer portal bullshit.
yeah.
Because I'm sure a lot of those players are going to be like, "See you
Maybe
later.
he's a
We're
good
out of here."
recruiter, yeah.
If
I think he's a good coach, but I don't know. There's so many holes within that team, man.
if they decided to part ways with him, they would owe him $63 million. His buyout drops $9 million after each season.
I'll tell you what, those college coaches get paid now.
He signed an 8-year extension through 2031, worth more than $84 million before incentives.
Maybe,
According to Norvell's contract, he is owed 85% of his remaining salary as a buyout.
maybe it's just an off year. I mean, what's his name? Dabo, he's had a couple of bad years.
Yeah.
And they were dominant for what, 6-7 years?
yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make it look any better that they extended the college football playoff either.
And you can't even get in.
You can't even get into that.
Dude, they're not even going to get into
You
a
know,
bowl game.
before it was like if you're a good coach, but you're just not making it to the Final Four, we're getting rid of you. We got to bring somebody else in. But if you can't make it into a 12-team playoff, that's pretty bad, especially when you got teams like BYU and Indiana that would
Yeah.
have been nobodies years prior.
Yeah, we're getting close to bowl season too, so make sure when y'all are capping games, you're looking at bowl eligibility as motivation.
True.
Should we do a little college football preview and then wrap it up?
Well, I want to jump back. Did y'all see the kicker on College Game Day last week?
No.
Oh yeah, that nailed
Dude,
that.
what a
kick.
story.
Yeah.
Dude.
What a story, dude.
So to be eligible to kick at College Game Day, you have to be one of the first 300 people there. I would think it is.
yeah, so
And you get a ticket, like a raffle ticket, and then they draw the ticket. Well, this girl got there at like 3 a.m., got a ticket. They caught her ticket, and I guess she said out loud, "I can't make that kick."
The guy was
And the
standing-
guy next to her that she's never met before said, "I can make it."
he said, "I can make it."
And she
Let me
said,
do it. She said, "Okay."
"She said, you want to kick it, and we'll split it." And he's like, "Yeah." So he goes to kick it, and I guess they were gonna each get 100,000 each, and then at the last second,
well, they brought her up and then brought him up
Yeah.
at the same time. And then they announced the deal
At
that
the-
they were doing.
at the last second they like doubled it, so they were each getting 200,000 each
yeah. Plus
this-
plus another 400
for like.
to hurricane
Yep.
hurricane relief.
And
So 800 grand on the line on this kid.
and this dude stroked it. I mean,
Smoked
it
it.
would have been good from 50, straight
Smoked
through the
it.
fucking middle.
Probably a high school kicker or
But
something.
what's even
No,
he's
never kicked football before, but he played.
He was a soccer player.
Soccer.
But what's even crazier is that this dude's profile picture is a picture of him and McCaffrey when he was a
McAfee.
kid. I'm sorry,
Yeah, Pat McAfee.
When he was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And Pat McAfee didn't know anything about it.
He didn't know anything about
He's
it till
interviewing
after the
him. He
fact.
was like, "Where are you from?" He's like, "Indiana or whatever." He's like, "Hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude."
What's your favorite team?
Yeah.
The Colts.
Yeah.
Like he was all about
Colts,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So the look on this girl's face after she just realized she just won $200,000 is fucking awesome.
For
She's
her
just,
getting there at 3 a.m. to
We're
get a
just standing
ticket
next to the right kid.
and
yeah,
standing next.
she
to the
didn't do a
right person.
thing, but got a raffle ticket.
That's awesome.
$200,000.
And Pat McAfee even said, he said, this is the first time to where somebody has gotten a ticket and it was like, no, I don't want to kick, and gave it to somebody else. He's like, we don't have any rules in place that say like if you get the ticket, you have to be the one to kick it.
Right.
No, like that's not a thing.
Fair
Like,
game.
It's the first time that they've done that to where somebody has given it to somebody else.
That's legit. They're gonna
Because
be
people at first were thinking that, oh, maybe she knew this kid and he knew he's a fucking ringer or whatever. No, she didn't know him for anything. She was just standing next to the right person and was
That's
like, "Can you?"
wild,
He was like, "Yeah, I can make that."
Can you
Is what he
imagine
told her, I can make that.
being a broke college kid and then one day you just got $200,000 coming to you.
Well, don't they have to use it for tuition though?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hey, fuck it, pay all
Yeah.
my
Whatever,
college.
yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
That's good in the long run. Shit,
Hey,
some of that
I
needs
know
to be
her
on
parents are
scholarship.
probably happy.
Yeah. They're the ones that
I'd be happy
won.
as motherfucker.
Yeah, they're the ones that won.
They can put it on my charge account and I'll be buying people's lunches for beer money.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a story
Hell
that
yeah.
will probably come out more.
I love that whole segment. Like,
I know it
to
is
get-
good.
I'm gonna tell you
It's-
right
it's
now,
awesome.
Pat McAfee,
dude, he is the fucking man, dude.
he makes College Game Day.
Yeah.
Every Saturday morning is a show.
That's what it's
And
all about.
He fucking makes it because those guys were good before and they all talk great college, stuff. But just having Pat McAfee, he amps that crowd up times 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
For
fun.
sure.
Well, and even having Saban there now, him and Saban have such a good chemistry.
They
Yeah.
do.
Like, it's awesome to watch.
It's like dad and dumbass son.
Yep.
It's that exact relationship.
That fucking that clip from I guess it was maybe the first week they were on set together and McAfee's just like vibing.
and he's just looking at him, watching McAfee eat that fucking tomahawk, and he's just staring at him.
Was it a London episode or were they in Ireland and McAfee was
Slam.
drunk
God
at
damn
like
right,
8 o'clock
Dennis.
in the morning?
Yeah.
Slam and get it.
Well, and Saban's wife was there that episode too,
Okay.
and she was crushing beers too.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah,
Saban probably likes to have a good time. He's a golfer. He's having some beverages out there.
McAfee's got the best job in the world.
He does. He
For
basically
sure.
does this, but for a lot of money.
for sure.
And he gets to travel
I
every
mean, dude, that
to cool different
Yeah.
college cities,
Dude, he's-
Ireland.
Yeah.
he's doing this every fucking day for 3 hours every day.
Yeah,
It's
I
work,
mean-
like no doubt. And they got to prepare, like, because they're on TV.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
can't
oh,
sound
yeah.
like a complete idiot. Like, I mean, they have
Yeah.
teleprompters and
Yeah.
stuff like that to help them, but
But
Yeah, I
he's
mean,
also
there's
making
Plenty
fucking
of other people
a lot
behind
of
the scenes
money,
that
yeah.
are doing things too, that are giving them the insight on whatever's coming up.
yeah, but you still got to find the time
You
to look
still,
at it.
and I'm not saying that he's not doing that. Pat McAfee's very knowledgeable dude.
Oh,
he
he
knows
knows
the
football.
game of football for sure. But
Have you ever seen his highlight reel?
yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's
Pretty
great.
legit.
dude, he was a monster.
He
dude.
had some good hits.
He loved hitting
Yeah,
people.
He did.
I wish every punter was like that,
I do too.
or kicker, whatever.
punter.
Punter.
Yeah,
Was he just a punter?
just
Wasn't
a
he a
punter.
kicker? He was kickoff kicker too,
And he
wasn't
did
he?
kickoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
He kicked
thought
the,
he did.
Yeah, he kicked the onside kick. One of his highlights was him kicking the onside kick and
Yeah,
recovering.
recovering. That shit was
It's
awesome.
great, dude. Obviously, back before they changed everything. the way
His
it is
teammates,
now.
he was probably a blast to play with.
Oh yeah.
Because he just liked to play hard and party hard.
I saw
But he was a kicker.
I saw,
Right, exactly.
So it was like,
One thing
how
about-
cool can you be if you're a kicker?
Oh,
But he was probably the coolest.
ole.
I saw one thing he was talking about when he first came on as the kicker or whatever. because I want to say they had him kicking field goals at first, and they had somebody that was above him, and he was trying to make like a good like relationship with this kicker or whatnot. Kicker didn't fucking speak to him, didn't want anything to do with him, right? So he's like, I really don't know what the hell's going on with this kid. I don't know why he's not talking to me, whatever it may be. And come to find out, like talking back and forth with him, he's like, this kid is always just like fucking dialed in every single time, right? And come to find out, the guy was telling me, he's like, yeah, I just popped a few fucking Adderall, before this and this. And he's like, fucking Adderall? Like, no, like, so he said that he fucking popped Adderall. He said, dude, ever since he's like fucking just locked in. Like, this kid was like on one, like talking about this whole segment about fucking take all these college players like taking Adderall just to be like so fucking focused and this and that.
Yeah. Dude, Adderall is like the drug of choice in college.
Dude.
Everybody's doing it.
So the first time I ever
doctor.
That's
or
it.
or college kids
Black
like
market.
On the street.
dude.
Or kids that went to the doctor to get it. That
Yeah,
wanna make some money.
that do not have ADHD to like make you like, he's just like, I'm having trouble fucking studying this and that. Oh, here's Adderall.
So you're having some trouble focusing, I hear. What? Okay. Yep. Good.
Y'all should try it. It's cool.
I heard it was cool.
Says the college kid.
No thanks.
I heard it's pretty cool.
I'm not trying to stay awake anymore. I just want to go to sleep.
See you on the other side.
See you on the other, brother.
2 minutes later. NFL smoked me. I'm going to bed.
Didn't make it to the other side.
That's true.
I did. I was like,
Poor Tony.
bro, I'm out.
Poor Tony. Notifications off.
And I woke up to the score and I was like, oh shit, they fucking came back. God damn.
Yeah, you missed all the action.
Yeah, I did.
You had a nice little sweat on your hands.
Shall we call it an evening?
Yeah. I think so.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, brother.
Happy to be there, brother.
Thanks, boys.
Excited for the weekend.
Wouldn't want to
See
be
what we
nowhere
can
else
do.
right now on my birthday.
Yeah, have fun this weekend, guys. I hope you guys have
this,
a great
this golf
great
place
time.
is going to be great.
Sounds fantastic.
We got to get these schedules.
good thing I don't like
We got to get these schedules in line, dude.
Yeah, let's put something on the books for all four of us, around the holidays when we're here.
When is your birthday?
August.
So we already passed.
But all right, let's wrap this up. Episode 14. Good to have the boys back in the saddle, and we'll see you next week.
I'll be drinking from a nipple.
Yes, you
Can't
will.
wait. Hopefully it's my wife's nipple.
And out of a bottle.
That's called a 2-for-1er.